These irons right here cost over £1,000. The brand new Callaway Apex Ai200. Whereas these irons right here cost under 500. $499 for the same amount of iron. The Callaway O1T. That pretty much means I could get probably 2.5 sets of these for one of these. So it begs the question, are the Callaway Apex, which by the way I love, worth the money? Well, today we're going to put it to the test, and this is how it's going to work. We've got the 7 irons and the pitching wedge from both sets. We're going to get some ball speed numbers to start with the 7 iron, and then we're going to take it from the rough, from the fairway and off the tee, and see which one plays the best out on the golf course with both pitching wedge and 7 iron. So there is a very, very good reason why I have chosen the Callaway Ai200, the brand new on the market right now, and the Callaway O1T. They're both hollow headed and they both look pretty similar. The 7 irons on the bottom are similar here. The only things I can see is maybe a sort of slightly different sole in this area here on the Callaway. Turf interaction could play a role. From the face right here, I actually couldn't tell you which one's which. They're both so similar, and even head profile down behind the ball, they're so similar. In fact, yeah, this one on the left is the Callaway and on the right is the Callaway. So let's see if there really is a difference. Now, to make this test fair, with these 4 golf balls right here, I'm going to write O1T for the Callaway on 2 of them, just so when we're heading to the green, we can see what is what. So now you know this test is fair, and we've got each of the golf balls labelled up. One thing I'm getting here is this is the O1T we're starting with. This head feels a little heavier, but just my initial thoughts of this in my hands. Okay, so let's hit first one away with the Callaway O1T, get some baseline numbers here. That was ripped. Tell you what, that is straight down the throat of the flag. Go! Whoa, that was good. That was a good start. A 164 carry, club head speed 91.7, and a ball speed of 126.4. So it's fair to say that is a strong start from the Callaway irons. Straight down the throat, pretty decent ball speed, good carry. I'm really interested because there is such a difference in price, there has to be a difference in performance. So let me know down below in the comments if you're looking at this and going, okay, if that's getting a 126 average, I'm gonna hit a couple off the tee here to get that. But what does this have to go in terms of ball speed? How much further does this have to go, and how much more accurate does it have to be to justify the price difference? Okay, here we go. The first one away with the Callaway irons, Ai200. Oh, it's a little leaky up the right wing. It's a good hit. Get a piece of the green. Ooh, a little bit up the right. Granted, I really did rip the Callaway, and I didn't hit that great. I think we've just caught a piece of the green. Club head speed, ball speed, in the same sort of realms, but actually a longer carry. Now remember, that wasn't hit anywhere near as good. So is that one of the first discrepancies? A not as good hit goes just as good. Now, that would sort of play into the technology. That is in this iron. I'll tell you about that shortly. We'll stick with the Callaway here. Let's go ball number 2. That was absolutely smoked. I haven't got a better 7 iron in my locker. Similar line, but hit better. Similar line, but hit better. A 167 yard carry, 128.9 ball speed. I'm ignoring that, but look at this. This is similar to what we had with the Callaway, but we're getting a little more ball speed and carry. Now for me right here, I'm not seeing a big hike in ball speed and carry. Yes, it is longer. And I have to say, the interesting thing is the off-center hit was still up there with a ripped one of these. So maybe that's where we're getting some value here. Your off-center hits go just as good. Okay, so another one away with the Callaway O1T. That is straight down the banner. The reason why I'm trying to hit this hard is it's such a long way. You could literally throw a blanket over them. Oh dear. Oh dear. You need to see this. Wow. Those 2 shots you could throw a blanket over, and we have just recorded the best ball speed of the day. That's total, Alex. Let's go carry, and equal same carry, or pretty much equal same carry. Now overall, they were 4 pretty good shots. I have to say this though, just to make this test fair, I definitely struck the Callaway irons slightly better, and not because of the Callaway irons, I'm just telling you I did strike them better, and that's possibly why we saw a little more ball speed. But there's 1 mile an hour more with the Callaway. Now interestingly, as I said earlier, they're both hollow-headed, and Callaway say they have used the best materials in these irons. It also has AI technology in the face. I guess the same story as what you've seen in drivers. Basically, meaning they've taken real data from real golfers to make the face as forgiving as possible on off-center hits. So basically, like we saw there, I didn't hit the Callaway as good, apart from maybe a little bit better on the second one, but we still have seen some good numbers. Now I also want to read this just to make sure I'm getting it right. Premium look and feel, a forged hollow bodied combined with a forged 455 face creates a tour level sound and feel. Advanced forged construction is coupled with stunning premium design that will captivate you more than ever before. Now I'll show you them both next to each other again, but let me just show you where these balls have finished. These two right here are the Callaway irons we hit straight down the throat, and these two right here are the Callaway irons. I'm gonna get that mixed up right now. Let me just show you whilst we are on camera together. That's an 01T. Let me repair that pitch mark. There we go. And then this one right here is also an 01T. So you can see right there, the two that hit the green were from the Callaway, but pretty similar in terms of distance. So right now it's pretty much a dead heat. Callaway slightly having it, but I want to caveat that I definitely struck them and made some better swings. Okay, let's now hit some pitching wedges from pitching wedge distance. The Callaway out of the rough and the Callaway Ai200. So let's start off with hitting the first shot out of the rough. And this started off with one of the Callaway irons. This is a beautiful shot, slid on the right wing and got a nice favorable bounce in. The next shot was with the Callaway. A little bit of a pull, but actually we've still hit the green, I think. Now we actually hit some from the fairway, and both of these shots with the Callaway and the Callaway were pure, straight down the banner. Like really, really nice shots. Now, what I'm looking for pitching wedges here is that control factor, being able to control that yardage. And into this shot right here, we had 135 yards. So what you want from a premium iron is that control, but also when you're buying non-premium or whatever iron with a pitching wedge, you want that big word control. We're not really looking for that distance. So here is what we hit in terms of the Callaway and in terms of the Callaway. In terms of turf interaction, they both felt like they went through the turf nicely. Something I was actually worried about, because the sole design of the Callaway is slightly different to the Callaway. But I'll perfectly be honest, like if I didn't know that, I wouldn't tell anything. So I wonder what golf ball is what. And then I want to show you the design of these, because Callaway are banging on about the premium design, premium materials. So let's have a look at that. But this is what we're looking at right now. This is that Callaway one, no markings. And this is really interesting because these two are finished right next to each other. Pitch mark there, that is an 01T and that is a Callaway. The other 01T, let me tap that down, must be this one right here. So in terms of straightness, straight down the banner. In terms of dispersion, well, in terms of front to back, control, pretty close. The same as what we saw in terms of the Callaway. So again, we're looking at this and I ask you the question, are the new Apex worth the money? There's got to be some differences here. There's got to be some differences. So let's have a look at the look of these now. This is what both sets of irons look like in the 7-iron. We're now going to hit them from the fairway. But I guess, I mean, depends what you like the look of. I don't think this doesn't look premium, but I can see the slight differences here. I mean, you've obviously got this thing right here, which I guess elevates the price. But having the weighting system here gives it a little bit more of an extra premium look. But I do feel there's a little bit, not much going on here. But looking at this, I quite like what Callaway have done here. It looks minimalistic. Just a slight 01T in the corner, little X. And then you've got what you see on the P790, this weighting system in the toe. As much as I'm gonna say, right, yes, the Callaway looks premium, I'm probably more drawn to that because of this. I still think this looks like a really good looking iron. The things I'd also comment on, it's a bit more of a shinier finish here in the Callaway. Now some people may love that. I prefer the slightly duller look here on the Callaway. But again, that's the only difference in terms of looks. Okay, so there we go, look at them. The other thing we've got to think about here is the face material. This is the Callaway, this is the Callaway. Now you've got 445 steel in the Callaway. You don't have that in the Callaway. As much as I'm not really seeing and feeling that difference right now, that does come at a cost. More premium materials do come at a cost. Not just to the manufacturer, but then obviously that cost is then passed on to us as the consumer. So that is definitely playing a bit of a part too. I do feel as well, you're probably getting a little bit more technology, the AI face. So again, that is going to add in terms of cost and value. But is it worth the money? In terms of what I'm seeing out on the golf course in terms of results right now, as much as I love these Callaway irons and I really feel like I could game them, they're really strong and some of my favourite irons of the year, we can't argue with these Callaway right now. This is really important to remember. Right now we're just trying the 7 irons and the pitching wedges. I saw, when I went into the longer irons, more of a discrepancy. And what I mean was harder to launch in terms of getting the 5 iron, the 6 iron in the air, and especially the 4 iron. Whereas I'm going to assume right now the Callaway, I wouldn't have that. I'm going to say assume, okay? I just want you to bear this in mind. I'm giving you all the facts right now that I have at my disposal. So, the longer irons and the Callaway didn't launch as well, and in the Callaway, I'm going to assume that they would, because the 7 iron right now is going higher than what I would hit my normal 7 iron. Let's go Callaway irons first. So we've got 01T written on this golf ball. It's also an important note. These are both the exact same loft in the 7 irons and the pitching wedges at 30 degrees, so we haven't got to worry about that. Okay, 01T coming up. Oh, that is straight down the banner. That was a little bit heeled, but that was straight down the banner. Straight down the banner. 7 iron now coming up with the Callaway. See what I mean by the height? It's a beautiful hit with the 7 iron here. Middle of the green, all day long, got to be pin high. Definitely travelled further. See what I mean? Just a little bit higher. So that really ties into what I was saying in terms of I found it hard to launch the longer irons, and I think that may be where the technology comes in those longer irons. What's what you're paying for? But big question, like the title of this video, are they overpriced? Are they worth the money? How good we are with the longer irons? I'm not sure right now. Let me hit a couple from the rough with 7 iron. Okay, so here we go. First shot up out of the rough with the Callaway irons. Straight down the banner again. Maybe just finished slightly right at that flag, but a really, really good shot. Now, interestingly, felt really good through the turf, but I can echo that the same with the Callaway irons I hit second. Really good shot, and I'm guessing that's going to have finished around pin high. But I would say this, the Callaway, whether this is placebo or not, did feel a little bit better off the face. I get less vibrations up the club. I mean, that's just my opinion right there, but let's go and see where these balls have finished. When I say there is literally nothing in this, there is literally nothing in it. And this really hurts me to say, but look at this. This is Callaway. I don't think it hurts me actually, but that's an 01T. They were literally next to each other. Let me show you that here. Keep this running. Here you go. An 01T here, and then nothing on this one. Oh, there's the flag. Both beauties, right? Both beauties. And by the way, that's not me stood here discrediting Callaway. They're a beautiful iron. Beautiful iron. I'm just offering up, right, and saying, even though, yes, we can't argue 01T, ball, that Callaway have used more premium products out on the golf course, I'm not really seeing with those clubs, the pitching wedge and the 7 iron, much of a difference, if any. But if you're going to buy new irons, remember what I said about those longer irons. My question is to you though. Do you think, after what you've seen right here, Callaway Apex Ai200, just the Apex in general, are worth more money? Are worth the up hike in cost? Well, get down below in the comments and let me know exactly what you think on that. I've given you the evidence right here. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching.